This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for August 19th, 2024. It's currently June 26th, 2024, 9:13 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading, $545.51. That's USD. The shuffle video for the August 19th reading was created on June 19th, 2024 at 1:20 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the video playing for you in the lower left corner. So the theme and overall behavior for the 19th, we have a double nullified card. There's probably not much relevance with this theme card, but we'll probably see like sideways, some sort of back and forth sideways behavior. And especially near the high, we have sideways rotation. Behavior around the low, we have an unexpected move out of the low. And then I'm advised to trade around a period of sideways rotation with the big move higher and then more sideways rotation at a higher price level. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube tips, and that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. I'm not really that confident about opening up the long position here at the end of the day on the 16th. I think it probably makes more sense to open up a short position, which you could close for a day trade. You open up the short position here with this reversal midday at a high, and you could close it for a day trade there at the low, just around 230, or you could hold it overnight and close out of it at the low here on the 19th. I think there's probably a pretty significant drop on the 19th, or I should say over the weekend. In any case, in the pre-market, we open lower, and then there's a lot of volatility. There's a resistance level in the pre-market that's highlighted at our day's first high, and we decline from that resistance. But at some point in the not too distant future, we return back to it. That's usually what the Princess of Swords card is indicating. There's a high and a low within close time proximity to each other in the pre-market and or at the open. We have that period of sideways rotation at the open that ends with a fast sudden move higher, and then we attempt to establish support at a higher price level with sideways rotation in the first half hour at a high. That turns into that support doesn't hold, and we have a notable decline into a trough around 11 o'clock. There might be a lower trough around 11:30, and then another higher trough, I should say, just before 12. But that's in the midst of it. It's really kind of interesting, hard to interpret. But there's a pop and drop in there, a notable move higher and a notable move lower. We have a fake out midday, the devil card indicating some sort of intentional fake out or shake out, some sort of tricky chart behavior intended to make us do the wrong thing. And the high there midday, there's a big move to reach it out of a trough around maybe a little bit after 1 o'clock, big move to the upside to key resistance and a high. And then from that, we decline pretty notably into the 2 to 3 o'clock hour. There's an important trough there on at least a one-day chart scale. A U-shaped dip in the last hour that forms near the intersection of two perpendicular diagonal trend lines. And then here at the close, we have this abundance card and a trade opportunity in the post-market with the Magus. But I actually think that this abundance card is really talking about this abundance card here on the 20th and the trade opportunities surrounding that. So we'll talk about that in more detail. Oh, look at that. And then we've also got the Priestess card here as the trade card here. Interesting. We'll talk about that in more detail when we get into that reading. So I think what I want to do is open up a long position at a high here as early as I can. Maybe up a partial long in case there's better opportunities throughout the day, because we do have a lot of high significators here. But it's hard to pinpoint where the actual low is for the day. I would say opening up a short position at this resistance, you could close that short position for a day trade, possibly around the 11 to 12 o'clock hour. It's a little speculative though. Or you could close it at the end of the day, most likely. If I'm wrong about that and we're at a high towards the end of the day, you could close it at this cash out ruin here on the 20th. And we'll talk about that in more detail when we progress into the reading for the 20th. The 19th and the 20th both had significant, or excuse me, the 16th and the 19th both had significant clairvoyant impressions of a decline, which is why I feel like we should avoid opening a long position on the 16th at the end of the day. Sneak preview for the 20th, we have a period of volatility and a sharp drop within that period of volatility. The double X indicates an important low on a multi-day scale, most likely as well. And that's SPY for the 19th of August. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You know where to go. You know what to do. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.